Hey guys, it's Marissa. So in today's video, it is a requested video from one of my subscribers, and it is like a little tie-dye eyeshadow look. Now this was a requested video from the winner of the 1-year giveaway, which was Gabe Solak. So thank you so much, Gabe, for requesting this video. He asked me to do this video whenever I was contacting him about him winning, and he was just like, wait, seriously, I can't believe I won. It was so funny. And he was just basically like, thank you so much. Do you still like take commissions for different tutorials and stuff? And I was just like, of course, like I love hearing your feedback. So he wanted me to do a tie-dye makeup look, and that is exactly what I'm doing today. So thank you so much, Gabe, again for recommending this look for me. I really think that this turned out really super cool, and I really love the bold colors. You definitely don't see this too often. I just think it's really unique, and I really like the colors, especially for summertime. I just think that it really just goes well with everything in the whole season. So if you're interested to see how I did this look, then just keep on watching. So first we're going to be creating a base with the eyes, and I'm going to be using the Covergirl concealer stick in the shade Neutralizer, and I'm just going to be taking this and blending it using my finger and just applying it on my eyelid. So as always in a ton of my videos, I always use the James Charles palette just because of all the different colors and variety that they have in here. I think it would be perfect for the tie-dye look. So I've seen from a few pictures where it starts from the colder colors in the center, and then from the outer parts of the eye it ends with the warmer tones like the reds and stuff. So I think I'm going to start with either like green or a blue shade. And the more that I'm looking at like other reference photos and stuff, I think I'm going to start with the green shade. And I'm going to be taking an e.l.f. precision brush for the center of my eye, and I'm just going to be taking this light green shade right here, and it's in the shade Social Blade, and I'm just going to be applying that first and just creating a circle in the center of my eyelid. And we're just going to be creating a very small circle since we have to add like all the other colors, so you don't really have to add much for this part, just a very little bit. And when you're adding the circles, make sure both of them are even and that not one of them is a little bit too ovular than the other one, because then it might just throw it off a little bit. So then the next shade that we're going to be taking is the yellow shade, which I'm pretty sure is in the shade B. And I'm just going to be applying that next, and then I'm just going to kind of create like a zigzag kind of pattern so then it blends into the yellow, but it's like fading it in a tie-dye kind of way, if that makes sense. And then we are going to go back in with all of the colors afterwards, so then it's even more brighter. But for now, we're just kind of creating an outline for everything. So now the next shade is orange. I'm going to be taking the lightest orange shade from the palette, and I'm kind of just applying this below my crease and very gently. Then the next shade is like a hot pink shade, and I'm just going to be taking the hottest pink from the palette as well, and now creating that and placing it on my crease. And I'm just kind of creating more of like a spiky pattern to it, because you know, whenever you're looking at like the tie-dye of really anything on t-shirts or whatever, the outer parts of the circles are usually much more spiky than the inner part, just because that's where it's really fading out. So I'm going to try to replicate that and just create kind of like an outline of where to place it. I'm just trying to make sure that both sides are even when I'm placing these two. So then one side isn't higher than the other whenever it comes to the hot pink shade, because then it just might throw it off a little bit the way that you're looking at it. And then since pink is kind of like a little bit of a cooler tone than red, I am going to be fading this in from purple and then blue, so then we go back to the colder shades, just because I kind of didn't add those before. So to fill in like the other spikes, I'm just going to be applying the purple shade and then the blue. Now I'm taking the really light, bright teal shade, and I'm just applying that very lightly now afterwards. And then we'll have all the colors placed, and then I'm just going to really go back in with everything. So I think that this looks pretty good, and I think I'm done with the eye look for now. Now I'm just going to be going on with the face. And I'm not going to wear any primer or anything just because I'm not going to put on a lot of concealer or foundation. And I kind of did break out a little bit here, and I did state in a different video, but I think I'm going to have to re-record it because my camera was acting up. I don't know if it still is. It still might be delaying whenever I talk. It was kind of weird. I noticed it in the Kylie Jenner video. So I gotta look into the settings and stuff for that, but I've noticed that ever since we've been having to wear face masks and stuff, like for the pandemic, that I've been breaking out really bad, especially on my left side. So I don't know if it has to do with like because I sleep on my left side a lot or because of like the actual mask, but either way I am breaking out just a little bit on that side, so I'm trying not to wear as much heavy foundation or anything, which I never do anyways, but I'm really trying to avoid it right now. So for now I'm just gonna focus on any of the red spots on my face or discoloration or my under eyes, and I'm just going to be taking the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer by Maybelline in the shade Ivory, and I'm just going to be applying it to those areas. Then I'm just going to be blending everything in using the Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. Now I think that this eye look would also look really cool with some false lashes, because then the actual like wispies and the lashes themselves would kind of follow along the spikes of the actual like colors and everything. But I don't think I'm going to add false lashes, just so you guys can really see what the eye look looks like, because I feel like if I were to wear lashes, it would just accentuate like the actual lash part, and you wouldn't be able to see the colors unless I looked down. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm probably just going to wear mascara, and just so you guys can see all the different colors. Now I'm going to be setting my face using the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. For bronzer and blush, the bronzer I'm going to be using is the Butter Bronzer in the shade 6676. And then for blush, I'm going to be using the Tarte Blush in the shade Peaceful. And I'm just going to be applying both using an Ulta blush brush. Now I'm just going to be setting my face using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and then I'm just going to blend everything in using that Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge again. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner Pressed Illuminating Powder in the shade Ice Me Out. And I'm just going to be applying this as an inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight, face highlight, everything. And I'm just going to be applying it using an all-over shadow brush and also an e.l.f. Precision brush. And the all-over shadow brush is from IT Cosmetics, by the way, and it was like one of the limited edition ones. And I'm just going to blend everything into my skin a bit using that beauty blender, and I'm not going to blend it in too much just because I really like how pretty that highlight shade is. Before we finish off the eye look, any kind of acne that I have on my face, I'm just going to be covering it up using that Covergirl concealer stick. I'm just going to be lightly applying some on it. Now for the bottom lower lash line, I think I'm just going to be adding a little bit of like pink and orange, just because I think that's what is in the eye look the most. I think it would just kind of match my shirt as well. So I'm just going to be applying that. And actually, the more that I think of it, for the lower lash line, I'm just going to be applying a little bit of everything. And I'm not going to do it too much. Like, I'm not going to make it super bright because I don't want it to distract like the actual eyelid. But I'm just going to add the pink first. And then I'm going to try to apply the orange and yellow and like the same spot. So then like when the yellow touches the pink, it creates a little bit of orange. So then there's enough room for green and everything else. And then I think where I place the green, I'm just going to go back in with the yellowish orange. And then using that Miracle Complexion sponge, I'm going to take the end of it and just kind of blend everything in and just making sure that there's no fallout or anything either. I think this eye look is really cool, honestly. This is so, like, different. Now I'm just going to be filling in my brows, and I'm just going to go back in with the James Charles palette and taking the shades T and Benny. I'm just going to be lightly filling them in. And I'm filling them in using an e.l.f. angled brow brush. I don't remember if I said it, but if I didn't, that's what it is. So now for mascara, like how I said, I'm not going to do falsies or anything because I really want you guys to see the colors. But if you're recreating this at home and you want to go out and wear it and wear falsies, that's totally up to you. But for me, I'm not going to wear it for this video just so you guys can see all the colors, like how I said. I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty Maximum Lashes Mascara in the shade Jet Black. And then afterwards, I'm going to really separate the lashes even more, which I always do with a second mascara. And that is the Clinique High Impact Mascara in the shade Black. So now for the last part, I don't want to use like a matte liquid lipstick or anything, so I'm using my Glossiful Beauty handmade lip gloss, and I made all of this from scratch and everything. I'm recording this like 3 days after my launch, and already this blue butterfly lip gloss and a pink butterfly lip gloss sold out, so I really cannot thank you guys enough for all the support and positivity, just from all the feedback and stuff. I really cannot thank you guys enough. Like, I really super appreciate it. But I'm going to be applying this to my lips, and I already did, but I'm re-recording this last part because my camera, I don't know why, but it wasn't focusing on me. It was like really blurry, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm reapplying it again, but it's really super pretty, and it has like a little bit of blue sparkles and stuff in it. So even though this one is sold out, you can still get the blue glitter gloss, and that one's literally the same thing as the butterfly lip gloss, except there's no butterflies in it, just in case some people didn't want the butterflies in it if it was too girly or something. So I added those glitter glosses, and they have a little bit more of cosmetic glitter in them, so you kind of get it evened out for why there's no butterflies in it. You get more cosmetic glitter, but it's still super pretty, and all of my glosses are $7.99 USD. If you are watching this and if you are interested, and all US shipping is $3.99 USD. The blue ones are cotton candy scented, and the pink ones are strawberry scented, and then the white ones that are left over have no scent to them. And I just really think that they're super pretty, and they really keep my lips very hydrated, and I just think that this look overall did turn out really super cool. So thank you, Gabe, for recommending this eye look for me. And if you're interested to see more videos from me in the future, then you can always subscribe down below. I upload every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always hit the notification bell so then you can get notified for every single time I upload. And I'll just see you guys next time. Bye!